The time is 12 o'clock and you're watching news at 12, coming to you live on Politics and Business Television, Abuja. Many thanks for joining us. My name is Eniola Uluwale. The top stories. Budget ultimatum, pro-Wike lawmakers give conditions to meet Fubara. Sanwo-Olu unveils Africa's first AI future film. And NCDC confirms UK returnees Lassa fever toll reaches 98. And Catholic bishops warns of looming crisis, demand action on youth unemployment. And on the foreign space, Trump says U.S. economy is in as trade war escalates. Details coming up shortly. Stay with us. The Martin Amawele-led Rivers State House of Assembly on Sunday asked Governor Simi Alawi Fubara to channel his invitation to the members properly and not through social media. The reaction followed the invitation to the Assembly to a meeting with the governor at the Government House on Monday. Fubara, through the Secretary to the State Government, Dr. Tamin Danagogo, said the meeting scheduled for 10 a.m. was expected to address key issues, including the provisions of sitting space for the Assembly, payment of outstanding allowances, and the presentation of 2025 budget. The 27 lawmakers of the Rivers State House of Assembly, loyal to the former governor Nyesom Wike, may however reject the invitation except their condition is met by the governor. Moving on, the governor of Lagos State, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, has unveiled Africa's first feature film on artificial intelligence titled Make Mation on Sunday. Speaking at the unveiling in Marina, Sanwo-Olu said the AI film, produced by human development expert Toyosi Akirile Ogunsiji, will make its cinematic debut in Lagos on Friday, April the 18th. He praised the producer and the cast, assuring creative of his willingness to collaborate on transformative ideas that project and develop the state's creative industry. Sanwo-Olu reaffirmed the government's commitment to investing in essential infrastructure that will enable the creative sector to thrive. The producer, Akirile Ogunsiji, said the film explores themes such as STEM education, digital skills, financial literacy, and gender equality. And on health, the Nigerian Center for Disease Control and Prevention has confirmed the death of a 31-year-old physician who succumbed to Lassa fever after returning from the United Kingdom. The agency also reported that the cumulative number of Lassa fever cases has risen to 535 out of 2,728 suspected cases, with 98 deaths recorded across 14 states in Nigeria as of 2nd of March 2025. The NCDC, which disclosed these in a public advisory on Sunday, stated that on the 5th of March 2025, the Nigerian Center for Disease Control and Prevention was notified of a case of Lassa fever by the Ondo State Ministry of Health. The patient, a 31-year-old physician, was managed at a private health facility in Ondo State after returning from a trip abroad. And on religious matters, Catholic bishops in Nigeria has raised the alarm over a looming national crisis, warning that worsening youth unemployment and widespread frustration with governance could push the country towards chaos. Speaking at the opening of the 2025 first plenary meeting of the Catholic Bishops' Conference of Nigeria in Abuja on Sunday, the clerics urged political leaders to take decisive action before the situation spirals out of control. The CBCN President, Archbishop Lucian Ugoji, painted a grim picture of the country's economic and social challenges, stressing that the high rate of youth unemployment, currently at 53%, is a ticking time bomb. According to Ugoji, the surge in criminal activities such as kidnapping, armed robbery, internet fraud, drug abuse, cultism, and ritual killings is directly linked to the despair faced by millions of jobless young Nigerians. He further lamented that many unemployed youths now resort to pagan shrines, ritual killings, and human sacrifices in search for instant wealth, while others are easy recruits for violence gang and terror groups. You're still watching news analysis on PMB TV. We'll go on a short break, and when we come back, we'll give you more reports. Stay with us. Welcome back. Now to the foreign news. The U.S. President Donald Trump has refused to say whether the U.S. economy is facing a recession or price rises in the wake of his administration changes to tariff threats against some of his closest trading partners. Asked if he was expecting a recession this year, Trump said there was a period of transition taking place. The Commerce Secretary, Howard Lutnick, however, insisted there would be no contraction in the world's largest economy, while acknowledging that the prices of some goods may rise. And now let's join Abel Sunday for sports updates.
Good afternoon and welcome to P&B Sports. And about Sunday, Liverpool took on Southampton and it was a thrilling encounter at Anfield. Liverpool emerging victorious, winning 3-1 against Southampton. Mohamed Salah was the star of the show, scoring 2 penalties in the 55th minute and also 88th minute. Darwin Núñez also got on the score sheet, scoring in the 51st minute, and Southampton's Will Smallbone scored their only goal in the 45th +1 minute. This win helps Liverpool maintain their top position in the EPL standings, with Southampton struggling at the bottom of the table. Away to Manchester United. Manchester United versus Arsenal game ended 1-1. Bruno Fernandes opened the scoring for Manchester United with a brilliant free kick in first half stoppage time. But Arsenal Declan Rice equalized in the 74th minute. The match was closely contested, with both teams creating scoring opportunities. Manchester United goalkeeper Andre Onana made some crucial save, while Arsenal's David Raya also denied Manchester United a winning goal with a stunning save in the 93rd minute. The draw leaves Arsenal 15 points behind league leaders Liverpool, who have a game in hand. Manchester United remain in 14th place with 34 points. That's all for sports today. I'm Abel Sunday.
Welcome back. And to the focus of today, we'll be talking about Adamawa State, how Alta 7th masterminded abduction of 2 Catholic priests in Adamawa. He locked the clerics inside a room, demanded 10 million naira ransom. The Sahara reporters learned that the Alta 7th, identified as Telago Demina, had allegedly masterminded the abduction of the 2 priests and demanded 10 million naira as ransom. The 2 Catholic church priests who were kidnapped ultimately in Adamawa State were on Saturday evening found tied in a room belonging to one of the church's altar servants. The Sahara report has learned that an altar servant who provides sundry service to a Roman Catholic priest while performing Mass on February 22, 2025, the Sahara reporters reported that 2 Catholic church priests were on that Saturday kidnapped in Adamawa State. The 2 clerics, identified as Reverend Father Matthew David Dusami and Reverend Father Abraham Samman, were reportedly abducted at a convent in Gweda Malam in the Numan local government area of the state. As further gathered, Demina had gone to a location to pick up the 10 million naira ransom, but he abandoned it and escaped after suspecting he could be caught. Upon suspecting that he could be caught, the security operatives were around. He abandoned the ransom and ran away, leaving his motorcycle behind as evidence. The security operatives took the motorcycle and it was identified as the altar servant's own. Thereafter, his house was forced open and the 2 priests were found locked up in a room and rescued. One of the operatives told Sahara reporters on condition of anonymity for lack of authority to speak to the press. The Bishop of Yola Diocese, Dr. Stephen Dami Memza, has also confirmed the rescue of the priest in a statement he personally signed. Memza, however, declined comment on the role of the altar servants. The clergyman has said to be serving in Adamawa and Taraba Diocese of the Catholic Church. The spokesperson for the Adamawa State Police Command, SP Suleiman Ugoroje, had confirmed the adoption in a statement the command issued. It said the Adamawa State Commissioner of Police, Dankobo Maurice, has condemned vehemently an unprovoked kidnapping of Reverend Father Matthew David Dusami of Yola Catholic Diocese and Reverend Father Abraham Samham of Jalingo Diocese at the early hours of today, February 22, 2025. The unfortunate incident occurred at the priest's residence situated at Gweda Malam in Numan local government area of Adamawa State. He had explained that the suspect was armed with offensive weapons, stormed their victim houses around 4 a.m. and whisked away with them. To be discussing this very sensitive topic with us, we have with us in the studio today, Comrade Bitako. Join us. Welcome back. So the major focus of today, we'll be discussing how an altar servant masterminded the abduction of two Catholic priests in Adamawa State. Joining us to discuss this very sensitive topic, we have with us in the studio, Comrade Bitako. Good afternoon and many thanks for joining us, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Hello, good afternoon, sir. We'll go on a quick break, and when we come back, we'll continue with Welcome back and thank you for joining us once again. Today we'll be discussing on how an altar servant masterminded the abduction of two Catholic priests in Adamawa State. Joining us to discuss this very sensitive issue, we have in the studio with us Comrade Bitako. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, ma.
Thank you very much for joining us for today. We really appreciate you in the studio today, sir.
Thank you so much.
So, sir, to the business of the day, I would like to ask, isn't it very unfortunate that religious people have now joined the business of kidnapping?
Not only religious people, the entire business of kidnapping is criminal and is absolutely unfortunate. For we to have found ourselves in Nigeria, that people are going and getting into criminal kidnapping, which is the greatest form of criminal activities. And not only that, people are even masterminding their kidnapping to extort money from family and friends and to extort money from their organization in which they are working and to extort money from the larger society. This act is not only criminal, but it is very unfortunate and it's quite disheartening that such thing is happening in our nation at this contemporary time. And when you look at it, to me, the reason is that one, we have lackadaisical attitude of our security agencies, the lackadaisical attitude of the government itself, and as well as the lackadaisical attitude of the society in which we live. What do I mean by lackadaisical attitude? Government are not there to do the needful. Security agencies are not there to do the needful, to be up and doing. And the society itself have relinquished the necessary things they should do. You understand? As a society, human society, there is that saying that charity begins at home. Now charity is no longer beginning at home. So that is why you see all sorts of social vices happening day in, day out. It's very unfortunate. Even the religious bodies, that is quite unfortunate. We see the cases like as of 2024, that is precisely last year, we see the cases of self-masterminded kidnapping in Lagos, in Abeokuta. In Lagos, it was a boy, Collins, who orchestrated his self-kidnapping, thereby extorting some thousands of dollars from his parents. In Abeokuta, the same thing. In Edo, a daughter who went and visited her boyfriend. You under the end of initiating the mastermind of kidnapping. We see that day in, day out, and now it's happening in Adama. As we are speaking, I am in Adama for an assignment, which is very unfortunate.
Okay, sir. Moving on. How exactly did we descend to this level?
That is what I am saying. The society has fallen apart. Things fall apart, just like the great writer Shuna Akshebe would say. The center can no longer hold. There are no morality. We are living as people without culture. We are living as people without morality. We are living as people without conscience. Our conscience does not work any longer. What works is how, if you have money, You understand? The means justifies the end. Nobody wants to care how you get your money. Nobody wants to care. Is what people care is, do you have the money? Yes, I have the money. Irrespective of the manner and the pattern in which you get the money. So that is why people resort to all sort of criminality in order to end to just earn the money.
All right,
the government are not proactive. The security agencies are not proactive. Family levels are not proactive. You understand?
Yes.
We are not checkmating ourselves. So that is quite unfortunate.
So who should be held responsible for this very embarrassment?
We should hold ourselves responsible. This is a collective accusation, collective self-accusation and self-blame. But in the entirety, in the whole of it, leadership. That is why leadership comes into being. Because God himself that created human beings knew well that human beings are weak. The creator, human beings are weak. And that is why leadership are there. Leadership is to control, to regulate, to evaluate, to checkmate, to guide. Do you understand?
Yes.
To keep people in order. But the leadership is no longer effective. So that's the problem. So we should blame the leadership first. Because already people live, by nature we are defective. Human beings are defective.
Yes.
Are deficient. So the leadership of the society, the government cycle, the family at the family level, all are to be blamed.
Okay. Moving on, sir. Should the religious bodies and their members undergo a thorough scrutiny by the security officials?
Come again?
I said, should the religious bodies and their members undergo thorough scrutiny by security agencies?
Well, you see, religious bodies are sanctity body, are sanctity entity.
Yes.
When we talk of the religious bodies in Nigeria, for instance, we are talking of the two major religions, the Christianity and the Islam.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes, sir.
These two religions have their guiding doctrine. The Islams are guided by the Quran. The Christians are guided by the Bible. It is expected that these two followers of these two religions should be holy. You understand? Should be holy, should operate within the doctrines and the teachings of the two religious bodies. But here today, we see it is quite unfortunate where we see individuals that are working within these two ministries are committing crimes and criminal activities. It is quite unfortunate. And if it is so, there's no option rather than for the security agencies. When we talk of the security agencies, we are talking of the Nigerian police, we are talking of the civil defense, we are talking of the DSS, to now interject and do the needful and put those agencies, those bodies in order. There's no wrong in doing that. Besides, constitutionally, they are established to put law and order and to protect life and properties in the society.
Yes.
So if they now intervene, it is not something wrong.
Okay, sir. So lastly, how do you think we can get rid of kidnapping in our society?
Leadership. We need good leadership. Leadership at the family level, leadership at our organizational level, leadership at government level. We need leadership, thorough leadership. You know, it is very unfortunate that, as I said earlier, that the crop of leaders we have today, they are leaders who are self-centered. They want to gather all for themselves, irrespective of the burdens and responsibilities bestowed upon them.
Yeah.
So, unless and until we have good leadership in the society, you will keep on seeing all sorts of criminalities and criminal tendencies perpetrated in our society. So we need good leadership to be in a safe, secured, and free and enjoyable society.
All right, sir. Thank you very much for joining us to discuss this very sensitive topic. And you've heard it all from Comrade Bitako. Thank you very much, sir. It's a pleasure to have you in the studio with us.
A pleasure once again. Thank you so much.
All right. And that is all on Politics and Business Television News at 12. Many thanks for joining us. My name is Eniola Uluoli. Bye for now.